We're not session 1, not session 2, session 3, session 4. We're session 9. Woo! We may have been drinking before this episode. Session 9, here we go. Who does the opening? Me?
It's me.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please notice that exits are conveniently located at the front and rear of this auditorium. When leaving the theater, we suggest that the exit at the front will allow you easier access back to your cells. Remember, always take your medication and listen to your doctors. Thank you for being a patient at
Forgotten Horror 7. The nightmare is real.
Hi, I'm Mike Butler.
And I'm Mike Phil.
And this is Forgotten Horror 7. The nightmare is real. It says insert evil laugh here. I didn't write this.
I meant like when you're editing it. Jesus.
For the last time, anything you put on that prompter, Burgundy will read.
Each episode, we highlight a horror movie that, for a variety of reasons, was forgotten by audiences. It could be because they fell asleep in a theater and now Freddy is coming for them. Perhaps they listened to some audio tapes in the basement of an insane asylum. Maybe audiences were too busy coughing up blood from that crazy cabin fever. We talk about what we like and don't like about the film, but we always recommend you suck the life force out of another human. That you revisit the movie. That's it. You never know. You might find your own forgotten horror gem. If you haven't been shoved up into your gigantic zombie mother's womb, we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. We always let the right one in. Let's get spooky. I'm rocking my Forgotten Horror 5 shirt right now.
What is the tagline there?
What was 5?
Really? I don't know. Johnny's alive.
You came up with the
Did I?
5. Yeah, 6 was the first one we advertised with the
6
title.
was Fear the Darkness. 5 was The Return, right?
The Return. You're right.
Or something like that?
Yeah,
Was it Return?
something like that.
Yeah.
5 was where we came back. 5 was where we got the gravestone that we didn't use.
Sweet. All right. So we are rocking and rolling. I've lost my voice from shooting screaming in 2 of our 3 shorts that we shot before this.
Yeah.
So you'll probably be able to tell. Butler, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Money's tight. I got I have a wife and kid at home.
Yep.
They keep me up all day, all night.
Oh.
The kid just won't shut up.
Oh.
It's killing my wife. It's killing me. But I got a job to do. I got to clean asbestos out of places. All right, that's my job. It's to
As
clean
best
up
as you can.
as best as I can. I got to clean.
Sorry.
I gotta clean this old insane asylum, so it can become municipal land. And then I gotta do it in a week's time. It probably would take me 3 weeks, best case 2, but I said I could do it in 1 because I need this job. I need this job with a $10,000 bonus that I'm splitting among like 6 people. So it's actually not that much money, but I need it. But problem is, I'm losing my absolute mind while I'm doing it. And people are disappearing. I'm starting to get violent. I'm starting to lose my mind. My buddy Phil is noticing it, and he's going to go up against me. He's been talking to people. I don't trust any of them. I don't trust any of them.
Mm-hmm.
And also, my buddy's listening to these tapes of this crazy lady.
Yeah. So yes, that's what's happening. We are doing session 9. Actually from Connecticut native. Brad Anderson is from Madison.
Hey.
So we are going to be doing this movie for our next Forgotten Horror. I don't know what you're looking for over here. What are you looking for?
I'm looking at the sound.
There you go. All right. So let's get to the facts and then get to the discussion, because we do have a lot to discuss, because we were trying not to discuss it before we started. So I was like, shut up. We'll talk about the show.
Shut up, Butler.
Session 9 has a runtime of 100 minutes. It's rated R, production budget of $1.5 million. It only had a limited release date, did not have a wide release date. So its limited release date was August 10th, 2001. So almost 25 years old.
Wow.
Oof. Its opening weekend, it did $76,000. Its total domestic take was $378,000, and its total international take was $1.2 million, for a worldwide total of $1.6 million. Production company was USA Films, Scout Productions, and October Films. It was October Films' last movie, because before they, I guess, went under, and it was distributed by USA Films, which I think became part of Warner Brothers, Universal. Somebody.
Universal. I know it's Universal. It starts the Universal logo. 'cause
Okay.
they
Yes. This thing came out on the 10th. This thing. So we're gonna
This
go back
thing.
to August 3rd. We're gonna go for a wide release of Rush Hour, the first one, the Jackie Chan film, and Chris Tucker. The Princess Diaries, a Butler favorite, and Original Sin, and a limited release of the Apocalypse Now Redux. If those who remember when that came out, did you ever see the Redux?
No, I remember it coming out, but I never saw it.
Okay. The 10th, movie came out, it went up against American Pie 2, which is a big film. Osmosis Jones, the animated
show.
and movie,
yeah.
And The Others, which is the ghost story, which
we did on the podcast,
which
was not a forgotten horror. I don't think. I think we just did it because we didn't think it was forgotten horror.
We did it forgotten.
Was it forgotten horror?
Pretty sure. No. Forgotten. Well, in the season. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm glad that I want to talk about that later because there's a comment that Anderson made about this movie that I don't agree with, and I want to get your take on that.
Ooh.
And so the 17th, the week after, you had Rat Race and a wide release, American Outlaws, and Captain Corelli's Mandolin. So this movie is directed by Brad Anderson. He also wrote it with Stephen Jevedon, he plays Mike in the movie. So Brad Anderson has directed The Machinist,
A movie we did,
Trans-Siberian, and more recently The Silent Hour. He does a lot of TV shows, does a lot of episodes of TV shows, popular ones too. Brad Anderson has also written Next Stop Wonderland and Happy Accidents, which he also directed. Jevedon has not done. This is the only thing he's ever written. He just acts in a bunch of stuff, and I'll get to that when I get to him. Cinematographer was Uta Brizevitz, who has done XXXY, Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story, and the TV show Hung. She's done about maybe, I think, 20 episodes there. She's also directed episodes of the TV show Severance, which I really like, and Stranger Things. I also like Stranger Things. Composer was Climax Golden Twins, which is a band, I'm going to give you the facts what they are. They are an American experimental music band formed in 1993 in Seattle, Washington by Robert Millis and Jeffrey Taylor. But this is really, they only did maybe like three other films. They did The Mangler Reborn and The Dark Chronicles and this film, and then one more, and then that was it. They kind of stopped doing movies. Edited by Brad Anderson as well, who's done The Darien Gap and Frankenstein's Planet of Monsters. I believe he directed The Darien Gap. And then produced by Dorothy Orfero, David Collins, and Michael Williams. Orfero has done The Fighter and Patriots Day. David Collins has done Queer Eye, actually the original Queer Eye, and then the Queer Eye they did over here on this, I believe for Netflix. And then Williams has done The Fog of War. Not a big cast, Butler. David Caruso, as you said, as Phil. We know him as Horatio Kane from CSI Miami. Exactly. But he's also in First Blood, if you don't remember. He's also in Hudson Hawk.
A movie we did season 2.
And Kiss of Death.
A movie we did season 2 seasons ago.
Season 2 seasons ago. Stephen Gavedon as Mike, as I said before. He's done basically small parts in TVs and movies. He's in a couple Law and Order episodes. I think he's East Coast based. Josh Lucas as Hank from Glory Road, 4V Ferrari, Sweet Home Alabama, and the TV show Yellowstone. But I'm always triggered when I see his voice that I'm expecting the Home Depot music to start kicking in. This is the voice of dun, 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 dun. Oh, he's the Home Depot guy. Peter Mullan as Gordon Fleming, who's in Shallow Grave. Wait for it. We did
Shallow Grave?
Yes.
Oh, wow. We did Shallow Grave. I've seen it. I just forgot we did it on the show.
Train Spotting, the Magdalene Sisters, and Children of Men. I can't believe you forgot that.
Wow. We've done a lot of movies.
And Brandon Sexton III as Jeff. Jeff is Gordo's, or it's Gordo. I know I said Gordon Fleming. It's Gordo. Jeff is Gordo's nephew. He's in Boys Don't Cry, Empire Records, and the movie Kids, which I saw an interview with him when he talks about that. It talks about kids because he talks about how, because I never liked Kids, and and primarily because I don't like the ending. And he talks about how, we did the movie, and because he was just a kid who hung out on the streets of New York, and they were like, oh, let's do this film, and he did it, and he's like, then I was right back to hanging out, and I didn't, and I know I'm the bad guy in it. I didn't realize he just didn't understand back then all the stuff that was happening, and the popularity, and then what happened from there. So I thought it was pretty cool. It was definitely an interesting interview. Pel Guilfoyle as Bill Griggs. He's the guy that is accepting bids to clean the Danvers mental institution. Yeah. He is in Air Force One. He's also in CSI. I think a year later, he's in the original CSI. Then a year after that, David Caruso's in CSI Miami.
Yeah, there was a note about that.
And then that's it. That's not a big cast. You got a couple voice actors and doing the doctor and on the tapes and the woman on the
Mary and
tapes.
stuff,
yeah, but and you see Gordo's wife, but she doesn't say anything. You just see her kind of through.
Oh, indeed. Could you take me back? Can you forgive me?
All right. You had not seen this film?
No, I had never even heard of this film.
So I had seen this film when it came out, and as soon as I know, I was like, there's something about this movie that like why I
chose it,
wanted to see it back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Or why I was interested in seeing it back in the day. And as soon as I saw the first film, I knew why. It's because it was shot on digital. And it was one of the first films that not only is shot on digital, but it's one of the first movies, I've got it right here, that is shot using Sony's 24p HD video, which shoots 24 frames per second. Modern day TV does 30 frames per second or 29.97 frames per second. Obviously, now with the way technology is now, anybody can shoot 24 and 24 frames per second.
Setting, yeah.
Absolutely. So it's not a big deal now. Back then, though, it was a big deal because you always had, like that's why when you watch older movies or if people are like recording or film is recording the TV and you see the TV moving and waving because the TVs were going at 30 frames per second and the film is only going at 24 frames per second. So it doesn't match. That's why even now modern day filmmaking, anything you see on the TV is usually put in there in post. They're just watching like some green screen on a TV. So that's why. So I thought when I first back in the day when I gravitated to the film, I think it was because of that. Oh, it's shot on digital. It's a low budget film. It was local. It was Massachusetts where they shot. They actually shot at an actual place, obviously.
The Danvers Mental Institution.
Yeah. I mean, the whole idea is like they shoot in this location. They didn't have to, they maybe decorated 3 rooms with bringing 3 extra things in there, but everything else was there.
The meat hooks, the suits in the basement.
And an extra bin.
An extra
metal bin. But everything else was there. They were like, all that graffiti is real. Everything's real. It's like kind of like basically like if me and you wanted to shoot a film.
Or we
used the location.
Yeah.
So that was intriguing to me, obviously, because back when I'm making movies and making shorts and all that stuff. But this watch was a little different for me because obviously I wasn't really like critiquing it as much as I would on like we do for our stuff.
Right.
So I'm curious what we're going to talk about. I'm curious where we're coming at. Why don't you give me something? Give me some initial thoughts, buddy.
So this film is written as if it was a college student's film.
Oh,
I don't think it explores very interesting territory. I don't think it's edgy and shocking in the twist in a way that a college film would be. But the acting is superb, and I really like a lot of the shot choices in this film.
Okay.
And I think that really elevates the film beyond just being like a college like final project film. The location is great. The lighting is great. It's a very well-made film with a very amateur level script, but the directing is great. The acting is great. The lighting is, like I said, everything except for the writing is top notch.
Well,
so I ended up liking this film, but the writing is really not great.
All right, so let's talk about the writing after. Let's talk about the good stuff. So let's talk about, give me some shots or some frames within the movie that kind of stood out for you.
Oh, the opening shot is so freaking cool. I love the opening shot with the chair upside down and then it spins. I thought that was really cool. There's a note that said he wanted to do a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he didn't end up doing it. And I think that's a shame because I think that would have been neat. Like really put you off kilter. I like the shot in when Hank goes down to the basement to try to get the coins.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sees the figure coming up from the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And then he runs some more within the darkness. And it's clearly shot by these like basically like a low budget, independent film type lighting rigs.
Well,
but it works because there's so much shadow on the wall.
The camera allows them to use more natural lighting. So So it allows them to kind of get more light out of the frame rather than, with a film or with a standard video, it would be too dark. So that's what the camera allows them to do.
So I think that's great. I think a lot of the shots of just the obviously the atmosphere of being able to shoot in the place helps it a lot, but a lot of the shots, like I think it's at the end of the tour. They have a shot where the camera's essentially like on the ground looking up at a very slight angle at them as they walk from the wing into this large hallway. And I thought that shot was really nice looking. Any of the shots that use the natural light from the windows, which there is a lot of, I really enjoy. Like the shot where Jeff is looking up at Hank as he's tapping the glass and then you see the blood. It's just a lot of those shots really work for me. I think it's just really shot really, really well.
Work for you in what way?
In a way that I understand where they are, which is nice. I love the tour at the beginning because in that case, the writing does help because I'm sure that's written that way. But the fact that they do a tour at the beginning really helps you understand where you are in this kind of very labyrinthian maze, but also just giving you this feeling of it's a horror film. You can see the history, but it's not your typical dark or desaturated horror film. It's bright, it's colorful, and yet it still gives you that kind of horror vibe. I think really works for the film.
So you like the shots because it adds to your to the horror side or the thriller side of
the horror side, the thriller side. It just looks nice. It's different. You know, so often in these horror films we talk about all the time, like they add the grain, they desaturate, like, or war movies we talked about with the Fury episode, they'll just pull saturation out of the picture and be like, now it's a war movie.
Right.
Or Middle Eastern films. Oh, we added, some yellow to the picture.
Right.
And we talk about that with Munich and stuff
I
like
think
that. Play with that.
With the way color correction software and everything done in post, how improved that is, I think it's like another toy. So you kind of like want to play with it.
Right.
You know
and but so many people play with it in the same ways. The fact that this doesn't have that. That trick. It's they're forced to actually use what they have. And I think that's awesome.
All that extra stuff, all that digital stuff, all those are, as I tell my colleague at work, who sometimes uses Canva and like sometimes is shunned for using Canva, but it's like these are all tools in your tool belt. It doesn't matter if you use the very best software, the very best color correction, the very best camera. If it's all about the talent.
If you suck, you suck.
Exactly. If you can't figure that out, I mean, a great cinematographer, a great director will tell a great story no matter the equipment they have.
Yep.
So it didn't hamper obviously Brad Anderson or Uta Brezovitz, excuse me. So yeah, obviously, and they're still working today. I gave you their credit, so they're still doing stuff today. Oh, Brad Anderson doesn't do. I wish he did more movies. I don't know why he doesn't do more movies. TV pays better, maybe. I don't know. Steady work.
Steady work.
I can see it.
People probably ask, but hey, can you write?
We love The Machinist.
I mean,
the movies I've seen of his movies I like, so I'm surprised he hasn't done more, but that's too bad. What else other than the shot choices did you enjoy? I'll get to the script. I'm trying to get all.
Like I said, the acting I think is really good.
So who stood out?
I want to call him Peter Mullan.
Gordo.
Okay. It's Peter Mullan, right?
Peter Mullan, yeah.
Who's Optimus Prime? Who's the voice of Optimus Prime?
I don't know.
Is it also Peter Mullan?
No.
They have a very similar name.
It's not him.
That's why I was like,
it's not a Scottish guy from the Highlands.
Peter Mullan is really, really good in this film. So is David Caruso. But David Caruso is still kind of playing David Caruso.
He is, but he's not. He's a little bit less hammy. It's almost like
he's a little more real.
I mean, he's like more real in this than he was in Kiss of Death.
Yeah. He's not very real at all. Kiss of Death.
But that's what I'm talking about.
Like,
but yeah. He's really like something clicks here with him.
He takes the lines and he makes them work. He's like an every guy. And I love Phil does have some really good lines, like dialogue lines. So I will say that to the writing, but I think Gordo the way Peter Mullan's acting in this, when he's losing his mind, when he's on the tree stump and Jeff comes up to him and he's trying to hold back his tears and he's like really like trying not to cry as Jeff keeps pushing him further and further toward talking about stuff that's going to make him break and he never quite breaks. That's some damn fine acting. That is he is so good in this movie. Like really, really good. Phil's really good too. David Caruso's Phil is really good. He's got a really great line where he's talking to Mike under the gazebo and he's like, this job used to be great. Used to be fun, beers after work. We all got along, everything. Now it sucks. It's like, man, that sounds like a theater conversation. We used to have at the theater. I really liked those that line he delivers. But the way Phil delivers these lines, I don't think a lot of the dialogue's very good, but I think David Caruso and Gordo David Caruso as Phil and Peter Mullan as Gordo do a really good job of carrying this film and elevating it beyond its, like I said, college kind of thesis film beginnings or drafts that it is.
So, well, I guess let's get into that then. What's your biggest issue with the script then?
the way it plays with Gordo going crazy, it's very apparent from the beginning that he has killed his wife. I found it very apparent at the beginning he killed his wife, that he's trying to cover it up. I find it very apparent that it's either him or Phil killing Hank, and I don't know who. We're focusing on Mike too much, and he doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you're focusing on these tapes, and they never really come into play. And some of that could really be, I don't know. I would be very interested to see the original cut they had with the homeless lady.
Yes,
because there's a homeless lady that's watching all of this in the institution, and test audiences thought it was Mary, and that wasn't their intentions. And Mary is the woman on the tapes that Mike finds, who has multiple personality disorder, who killed her family. And she had some dialogue. She appears in the film a bunch of times. I almost wonder if that would help the film, because as it is right now, so much feels kind of disjointed as well. You know, it's a horror film, but we get rid of Hank. Hank comes back. Then we kill Hank, but we don't kill Hank. Phil's already dead. And Mike's already dead. Jeff's already dead. And they die all at once. It's kind of got a psycho feel in that way, I think, but it doesn't quite have a psycho feel in that way. The constant blue flashbacks to, the shot where he's waiting in his car for Gordo's waiting in his car to go home, and he sees Wendy in the doorway, and he's like,
the boiling pot of water.
Yeah, before the boiling pot of water. I didn't find any of that interesting. I didn't find any of that totally original. I found that very, like I said, very similar to a lot of, including some of my own, stuff I used to write in college, and where it's like, I gotta have that twist. Oh, he killed his wife and kids because he just snapped. He couldn't take it. Society pushed him to the brink. He just couldn't. He was a calm man who lost it.
They're saying that he killed him because Simon is inside of him. So that's
because he's because Simon invades the weak and the wounded.
Right.
So he was already kind of on that tipping point.
Well, so that's like one of my questions, or one was when they go to do the bid, or they go to do the walk around. There's a moment when Gordo's looking down the hall at the chair, and you kind of see the background moving, but not him moving. So there's kind of a camera move happening there where the background's moving, and then you hear Simon talk to him.
Right.
So are we to assume that Simon now has infected him? And so then, because that's the night he goes back,
and that's when he
tells his wife, "Oh, I want to, celebrate." Yeah,
he bought the
flowers,
and the flowers,
and then he kills him. Which is pretty horrifying to listen to.
Yeah, it's not very comfortable. It's not a comfortable listen.
Like you kill her, yeah, but then you hear him kill a kid. He'll kill a dog.
Kill the dog,
and then you hear him kill a kid. I'm just like, oh God, I don't want to hear this. This is. Imagine being the audio tech doing that. Oh, you want me to do what? Oh, all right. That was not great to listen to, but yeah, so are we agreeing that yes, that's what happened, that Simon took over?
Not at all.
Okay. So you're saying that it's just Gordo doing it.
I'm saying they leave it open. But I'm saying because we don't get enough of haunting stuff, I'm leaning more toward Gordo losing his mind.
They do a really big job of pushing Phil on you. Like the way Phil delivers his lines, the way that
you think Phil is going to be the hero.
Yeah, no,
he's going to be the killer.
Bad guy. They're trying to make Phil where'd you get that coin from? So you'd be like, oh no, he got the coin that Hank had the coin he killed. But we know too much about Gordo, and like when we first meet Gordo, he's like depressed and Phil's talking to him. We know too much about there's something going on with his leg. So
they telegraph way too much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We know too much that you can't really do a red herring with Phil because we don't buy it, and we just don't buy it.
Yeah.
So so it's really, so we're just like, okay, it's definitely something's going on with Gordo. You still like everything you're doing with Phil doesn't. When we think about, oh my God, could it be him? We always just go back to there's something that happened at the family. Like even when Gordo is in front of the house and he looks to it and the shades are drawn, everyth's drawn.
Yeah, I was like, just the dead bodies in that house.
Right.
There's dead bodies in that house.
Obviously something happened. I get that. The session 9 tapes, the really reason they're only there is just so you know about Simon. Like that's it. Like those are the reasons, like just so you know about the Simon and it really Mike's stuff, because Mike becomes obsessed with it, but it never pays off. It never pans out.
No, and neither does Mike as a character. I would rather just have Phil listen to those tapes then, or Gordo listen to those tapes.
Yeah.
One of the two mains have to listen to the tape. Mike doesn't matter at all. Hank doesn't matter at all. Like none of these characters matter. and yet you have Mike listening to the tapes of a case he already kind of knew because his dad worked on it. Or no, his dad didn't work on Mary's case.
His dad was
the satanic case because he was the one who prosecuted that.
Right.
So it doesn't jive. It just didn't really make a lot of sense.
So you were still on edge and scared, and not scared, but like it was the horror angle of it was doing a good job. It's just
it wasn't until the end.
It was okay.
At the end because he kills everyone all at once. I was just kind of like
Yeah. Well, he doesn't kill. He kills Hank at night. Yeah.
He kills Hank at night. Well, he doesn't really kill. He just lobotomizes Hank.
Right, but it's supposed to be the fourth day because they talk about how it's the fourth day that Mary kills, or that where you hear Simon or something. It's something to do with the fourth day and the fourth room and all that.
Fourth
stuff.
room,
That's
the fourth
why.
day.
Yeah,
444 is her room number. Or no, 444 is her
the gravestone.
Her patient number.
Oh, right.
4 is her room. Yeah, it's a lot of 4s.
Yeah, but
still, I don't care. It's just everything happens at once, and it's just kind of like, now I'm not scared. I want to see all these things happen because I want to like Jeff's annoying as hell. I like, you want Jeff to die first, but because he doesn't, and then you spend more time, it's like Jeff's just a kid.
Man, I got nyctophobia.
Yeah. And then he gets like, I've loved that scene when he's running, the darkness is getting him. Yeah. I'm just like, that's got to be the worst. When he's freaking out in the dark and he paused for the light and just all the asbestos goes into his lungs. I'm just like, that sucks.
Yeah. Script wise, to me, there's a couple lines here and there. I just like, in a couple moments, like, like when he threatens Phil on the roof and Phil's like, "You gonna hit me?" I'm like, just quit. Like, why are you hanging around for this job? Just quit.
Because he used to love Gordo. He was at Gordo's wedding.
I get that,
of his
but
kid.
like, just leave. Like, it's not worth it. Just leave.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is he's like, it's not worth it. We're gonna have to have Gordo take a leave of absence and stuff like that. I think Phil's angling to take over.
When Mike's leaving, Mike goes off to I gotta take a piss, and like Gordo's like, "You got 25." I'm like, I think he's 25 minutes is okay for him to take a piss. We're good. Like, I don't. He does like.
Well, it's the end of lunch. I think it's the end of lunch. So he's like, you got 25 minutes left. I think in his lunch break.
Yeah. To take a piss. I think he'd take a piss in 5 minutes. Not even. Apologize for the language.
For the language piss.
There's a time when you meet Jeff and he's on the machine driving the tile ripper-upper.
The tile remover.
And then there's a scene 15 minutes later where they're pushing it into the same room they were just in, and Hank starts, you know, around a lawnmower, and he's like, yeah, like the same thing. We already did this. What is this? I felt like maybe that was a little out of order. So it might have been stuff there too. If they're chopping up the film, removing the homeless woman subplot, right, and odds are that other stuff got moved around too. I'm sure.
I could believe that.
Yeah. Let me get to some facts. Other facts.
Throw some facts at me.
Just facts. Not facts. Let's see. You played video games. Silent Hill 3. They said that.
They say it's a big inspiration.
Brookhaven Hospital was inspired.
I could see that.
From this. Okay.
I could see that in terms of like, obviously Silent Hill 3 is a little bit more, video gamey, more monstery, more horror.
Yeah.
But I could see them taking inspiration for what the look of that hospital was, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. This is Chuck Palahniuk's favorite film. He wrote Fight Club.
Saw that.
I like Chuck Palahniuk.
I like him too.
You don't like his books?
I do.
Okay.
I just didn't. This is your favorite film?
One of my favorite books is of his, not Fight Club. It's Survivor. And they were gonna make it with Jim Carrey, and I was like, no, don't. All right. Anyways, I want to get you the quote that Anderson had about the film, and I don't agree with it.
Oh, okay. It's about this film.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Anderson describes this movie as an American tragedy and states that he and screenwriter Stephen Jevedin aimed to subvert conventions of the so-called horror genre that exists now, which he describes as less horror than it is teen thriller. So this is 2001.
Right.
The 90s were Scream and all that stuff. We talk about how the style is.
Yeah, Scream, Urban Legends. Yeah.
But now we're getting the ghost stories now. We're getting the others. We're getting those type of stories.
Sixth Sense.
So I don't understand what he's talking about, how the so-called horror genre that exists now, like subvert the conventions. What are you subverting? Like, what conventions? Because your horror, your story is on par with pretty much what horror is.
Yeah.
So I don't get that.
No, I think he's mad at Scream. And then he's like,
are you mad at Scream?
That's the one movie I keep seeing. It's like, there's a lot of other horror out there, and there was a lot of horror out there.
Right.
And there continues to be a lot of other horror out there. And you're not subverting expectations because you're telegraphing who our bad guy is. And you're actually just not making a scary film. I don't think you're making it.
It's a creepy film. It's a creepy film.
It's a creepy film. It's a well-made film.
But like but the place isn't haunted. It's not, I mean, depending upon what you believe in terms of what happens with Gordo, the place itself, this whole idea of Simon, it's not like a conjuring like we're doing our lead ups.
Right,
like there's a supernatural presence here and Valak is here. There's nothing of that. It's just kind of like
that Simon is in all of us that comes out in the Weak and Wounded. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So it's not as if he's a man who passed his breaking point. Like even Phil talks about how he never wanted a kid. He got
pushed to have
a kid. And so now obviously he resents the kid. I almost want to know more. I need to know more about the family and all that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a much more tragic and it would be not a horror, it would be more of a drama, but like seeing Gordo go from, you know what I mean?
Because I think
the family man to this point.
That'll make it a little harder to believe he was the villain right away.
Because you first meet him, he's already broken.
On ledge. Yeah,
he's already. Yeah,
you at the very beginning of the very first shot, right? He's talking to Phil, and he's just like
doing that. He's nearly crying.
Yeah, he's quiet, loud, and he just all night.
I mean, I love his tactic. I need 1 week. I need this job.
I need this job.
Like how?
Then you hear the zipper open.
But how irresponsible it is of the guy, Griggs, accepting a bid, knowing that it's like a week, and knowing that this guy's undercutting because he just wants the money. So he's gonna he's gonna make shortcuts. Like, how irresponsible is that? So you're okay with like you're gonna be working with asbestos. I mean, that's a massive cleanup job too. And there's only like ever working in 3 rooms where they're doing this.
And there's only 5 guys.
Yeah,
I just did not believe that. I was just like,
and they're not right.
Huge.
And they're not working most of the time.
They're on break. Their breaks are like an hour.
Yeah,
you had 25 minutes to take a piss, but you were already eating lunch. And, like, how much time do you have?
And yeah, it's a movie. I get it, but there's times where Phil's like, "I'm gonna call Greg. We'll get right on track. I'm gonna get Greg in here.
He'll be the day after tomorrow.
You're nowhere near
after tomorrow."
And Greg dies like a bitch. Like he just shows up. Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, what's going on, guy?
Are you rolling over and playing dead? Like do something. Like
I didn't understand it because he gets him into a headlock, and then the next shot, his mouth is bleeding, as if he got hit.
He was like punching him, and then no, because
does Gordo punch him?
No, Gordo pulls the
No, I know that,
and then he stabs him with it.
His mouth is bleeding before.
I think he's like,
I think he was just his mouth is bleeding, and he's doing this. I'm just
who
like,
knows?
Where?
He was a big baby. He just was like, hey man, what's like?
Also,
and that's the other thing too.
Hank is on the ground.
That's the other thing. He walks into the room and he doesn't notice the dead body until he's right behind Gordo. It's like, dude, that's noticeable from down the hall.
Hey, what's going on here, guy? I mean, oh, buddy, what's doing?
How you doing? I'm Greg. I'm the supporting actor here to die. Whenever you're ready.
What do you do? If you could just go through the room asking where everybody is, and then we're just gonna shoot. We're gonna kill you.
This movie is referenced in a book called Project 17 by Lori Faria Stolars, and the book takes place one night at Danvers State Hospital, not mental hospital, it's Danvers State Hospital, and teens spend the night filming a movie and encounter supernatural events, and they actually reference the movie. It's like, yeah, but you're just doing the movie.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's like session 9 in here.
I mean, like your book is just the movie. I mean, that's fine. I mean, good for you. I'm glad it was published and all that stuff, but it's just the movie.
Whoa, they had supernatural happenings.
This is true.
Session 9 has supernatural happenings.
Yes, this is true. Let me give you some reviews, Butler.
Lay them on me.
Kevin Thomas from the LA Times. Session 9 is so effective that its sense of uncertainty lingers long after the theater lights have gone up. So it affected him. It affected Kevin.
After this movie was over, I got up, turned on my laptop, and started editing for my freelance job with no thought about this movie until today when we talked about it again.
Interesting.
I liked this movie, but it didn't really put me deep in thought.
Kevin, Mike Butler disagrees with you.
But again, this is almost 25 years later. So it's just like everything I'm saying, you have to take with a grain of salt because it's like, yes, I've seen all these other things. And it seems rote. In 2001, though, I was in middle school. So it doesn't, these are all these kind of movies I saw after it. So were they movies that came out after Session 9? I don't know.
I don't really have a comp for you in terms of like a movie like this now or since then.
Off the top of my head, off the cuff, I don't either. So it's like, yeah. I could be being a little unfair.
Well, the attractiveness of this movie to me is the low budget angle of it.
That's what I like the most. It is like you and I went, hey, I got this 4K camera,
and they pulled it off.
Let's go shoot this, and it's awesome.
Got great performances, and they pulled it off, and it was like, it's So it's a simple story, and that's not a slate. It's a story that is told simply, and it's granted, whatever the issues are with the script that you may have, it
ends up being effective because of all the other stuff combined. Yeah, because again, film's collaborative. It's everything put together. You can have a weak script, but if everything else is super strong, you can still have a good movie. Which goes against what you've said on multiple occasions.
Yes,
I think that there are occasions where
I don't think the script is as. I mean, yes, there are holes. There are little holes there. I agree with you. I just don't think it's as flawed as. I think if it was as flawed as you're making it out to be, it would be a bad movie.
I don't think it has flaws as much as it's very rote, which is a word I like to use on this podcast. A lot.
Welcome to the Rote Show.
Yeah, it's very overused. It's very just like generic, but I don't think it's like bad. I don't think it's like glaringly just like this plot hole, and then there's this, and there's like we talk about movies all the time where there's plot holes. Yeah. There's no plot holes. It's just everything is telegraphed to me to the point where I don't care because I know it all.
Okay,
it's just like. This is gonna happen, and then I'm well, maybe I'm wasted. My death scenes are just like rushed at the end. It's just like I'm here to watch Hank get it, and I don't even get to watch Hank get it.
But see, that's the thing. You're here to watch the
teen thriller.
No, you're here to well, I think you're here to watch the decay of a man of Gordo's breakdown and just I don't think it's about the deaths.
But his breakdown just kind of like happens,
right? I know because
he's there on the edge and then boom.
Because when we talk about this movie, and yes, we did it for Forgotten Horror. I think horror is not the first genre that this film is. It's probably more of a thriller.
That was one of the things I noted as I was watching it. Was this could have been just we could have just watched this.
No, I think it's fine for Forgotten Horror.
It's fine for Forgotten Horror, but I think if we because like I still wonder if we did the others as Forgotten Horror, just a regular episode.
The others, I don't know.
But I think this, while it works as Forgotten Horror, could also have just been an episode because it works on kind of multiple fronts like that.
Sure. Ed Gonzalez from Slant Magazine, quote, Anderson's Creeper is nowhere near as profound as Don't Look Now, but the film's old-fashioned pacing and revelatory camera work bring to mind Rogue's uniquely terrifying dream worlds. Did you see Don't Look Now?
No, I was going to ask. I don't know what Don't Look
Now is from the 70s with Donald Sutherland. His daughter drowns in their they move to a new house, his mansion, and their daughter goes upon the daughter drowns, and then they move to Italy. And he keeps seeing her. Did
you just watch this? I
watched it either last year or the year before.
Yeah, because you were telling me about it.
You should watch it. It's definitely a creeper.
Is it on Shudder or something?
I don't know where I watched it, but I can. It's probably on if it's not on a streamer, but it'll probably be around in October somewhere. So you should watch it. It's definitely good. It's definitely weird.
So why is he comparing the two?
I think he's comparing it because the atmosphere is similar to it, but he's saying it's not as profound. I mean, Don't Look Now has much more money behind it, so it's got that added bonus. Plus, it's like I said, it's overseas. He moves. It's
right.
Yeah. So, and it does have a lot more imagery. There's a lot more artistic flair in the movie, but I don't think that's not because the Anderson can't do it. It's just because they have more money and they're able to do it. Yeah. And then finally, Ed Guthman from the San Francisco Chronicle says, quote, the story doesn't quite pay off. The characters are underwritten and the surprise ending is contrived and unconvincing. Ooh,
wow.
Is this you?
Wait, list them again?
The story doesn't quite pay off.
Yes.
The characters are underwritten.
No.
And the surprise ending is contrived and unconvincing.
Yes.
Ooh.
2 out of the 3. The characters, I think, are well written. I like Phil. I like Gordo. I like that. Yeah. No. I think they talk as much as I'm kind of like, why are they here?
Yeah.
Like some of the extras. No, I think Phil and Gordo are very real people. I think they're written really well.
Right.
So I disagree with that. But the ending doesn't pay off. You don't get a payoff. And yeah, I'm just like, eh.
Well, yeah, the payoff. I mean, you kind of already know what happened to the kid, the family.
Oh, from the tapes? Right. Or are you talking Gordo's kids or Mary's family?
No.
Because either way,
Gordo's kids, Gordo's family. And then it ends just with him on that crappy phone. At some point,
the broken cell phone?
Yeah.
Which one did it break?
I don't know.
I'm watching it going, the cell phone was fine a minute ago. I don't know.
No, you know what? Didn't it break when he had, I think it broke when he had Craig and he fell down. And remember, he got down, you heard the crack when he landed.
Okay.
I think it broke then.
Okay.
I think. Who knows? So, Mike, who are you suggesting this to? Who are you?
Anybody who's like a film student, anybody who wants to do a film. And I don't even mean like film student, like you're in school for film. You're a student of film.
Do you have a giant scarf? You have to have the giant scarf.
You want to make movies. You want to go out with your buddies and, start find a location and film something. Like if you film in a hospital, like Danvers State Hospital, you should probably get the police to tell you where you can and cannot film, get permission, because like they said, there were a lot of sections they couldn't film because you will die. And I remember I filmed something in an old abandoned factory once, and we opened a room to film it, and there was no floor, and it dropped down like 5 levels. And so like it's dangerous to do, but these places look cool. And just like the set and what you can do with them. Like they had a budget. It's not like they don't have a budget. Let's be real. They filmed on nice cameras, nice lighting setup. They had a crew, but they didn't have a lot. And with today's technology, I feel like you can do something just about on the same level with way less.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of why you would watch this film. Like that's why you were interested in this film back in the day. I think that's who you recommend this film 100% to.
Right.
And then I think people that enjoy acting, I think Peter Mullan and David Caruso do a really good job in this film. And I think it's definitely worth watching for their performances.
Yeah. And like just to jump on that, but also to reiterate what I said before, it's never about the tools you have. It's about the talent. It's about like what you are, and I say talent, I don't mean like, something you're born with. If you know the story you're telling and you know it, what you're trying to say, then you're ahead of the game. So don't get yourself caught up with, I don't have the best camera. I don't have the best editing situation. We don't have any lights. You can make it happen. Trust me. You can fake out a lot more than you think you can. So don't, and yes, imposter syndrome is real, but that doesn't mean you have to buy it. So don't worry about that. All right. So then why is it forgotten?
What's a low budget little indie movie in 2001?
All the things you celebrated about it.
It didn't get a wide release.
It didn't get a wide release. That
kills it. It's David Caruso isn't even on CSI Miami yet. It's not like he's not a huge name yet.
Yep.
Peter Mullan is a fantastic actor. Trainspotting is fantastic, but I don't think that he's a big name. There's not a lot of big draws
bigger
here.
Overseas.
Matt Lucas.
Josh Lucas,
he hasn't fought the Hulk yet.
Dun, 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 dun. He hasn't got his big Home
Depot gig. So it's like there's really no names in this film that are going to like pull you toward it.
They're people on the up in their career. Yeah.
USA Films went under. Something else is listed as a distributor, but they're unlisted, but they help distribute.
But also, while cool it is that it shot on digital, that's still kind of a knock back then. People still were like,
yeah, I mean, Collateral was filmed 2004.
Right. But that has Tom Cruise in it. That has a huge star in it.
But that's, like I said, that's 3 years later. This is like experimental. It's not a big film. I think the fact that the film is kind of independent is what kept people away from it.
I think so. But I think it definitely deserves people to go back to it. I think, it's forgotten, but I think hopefully people will remember it and return back to it.
I feel like from looking online, seems like it's got a nice cult following. It seems like there's a lot of people that really appreciate this film.
Yeah. And because back to what I said before, it tells a good story, and it's a simple story, even though Butler doesn't like some of it, but I'm okay with it. I'm on the other side of that. So, yeah. Sweet. So where can they find us?
You can find us at ForgottenCinemaPodcast.com or wherever you get your podcast. You're watching or listening to us right now. Please leave a like, rate, subscribe. These episodes take a while for us to do, and we would really appreciate it if you guys could just like put a like button or subscribe, and it would just help us. I don't want to cry. But yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great.
Because you can't.
For you.
That's right. That's why we don't do any shorts where you're crying.
If you guys, because no one want to watch that. It's like, why is this short depressing?
I thought you were an actor.
The Forgotten Cinema guys are just doing depressing shorts now?
Stretch your limits of your acting. Where were you?
But we have shorts if you guys want to watch that. We have now showing episodes. We have lead ups. Field has programmed in Instagram and showed you guys our whole rest of 2025 in terms of our lead ups, our now showings. Go check those out. If you want to go on our Patreon, support us further, you get free stickers, you get merch discounts, and you get our look back series where we look at popular films and their effect on the industry. We have a whole bunch of those out right now. Check those out. Please stay watching Forgotten Horror because it keeps trucking on with
Cabin Fever 2002, not the remake, the original. That's right. That's what we're going on to. Cabin Fever.
Which you have never seen. No,
I've never seen it.
Nice.
So we'll check that out. That's next week. I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this has been Forgotten Horror.
Keep it spooky, y'all.